through the stories that define the artists playing Bonnaroo. Who are they? What are they? What will you see? The what? Which bands? This year that matter. Yay. With Brad Steiner and Barry Corder.
Doesn't scream Barry Corder's week. I don't know what does. Welcome to the What Podcast, a podcast counting down the days to Bonnaroo 2018, a podcast for Bonnaroovians by Bonnaroovians. Barry Corder, Bonnaroovian number 1. I'm Brad Steiner, Bonnaroovian number 2. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. If that's how you're starting your week of picks, man, oh man, I got exactly
the reaction I hoped for.
I got a long day in store for me, don't I?
No, not really.
Uh-huh.
But
Bass Nectar, huh? That's what you're starting with.
Love that song.
That is... You're a conundrum, rat, and enigma, sir.
You have no idea how often that is my go-to album song at
Is it
home.
just rage you need to get out? Like, you're a very calm, collected man.
It could be.
I've never once seen you have a terse word. I've never seen you get upset. Is that how you get it all out?
Maybe that's it. I don't know. I just like it. I like hearing my stereo thump.
Okay.
So, yeah,
so the
secret
secret to Serenity by Barry Corder,
as a matter of fact,
is Bass Nectar.
Isn't that weird?
That is so
my
strange.
relax.
I tell you, it's this EDM goes right past me because it's just not something that feels like a thing. But it's got to be something. It's got to have something because people are going crazy for it. Bonnaroo created an entire stage for it. But for me, I've never once said, oh man, honey, put on, let's make some pasta and put on some Bass Nectar. What do you say?
I understand. I mean, Mike Dewar and I, one of our campmates, and Denson, our other campmate, we all went over there at about 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning last year because they were the same. They was like, I just don't get it. And Mike was like, does it have a beginning, a middle, and an end?
It doesn't, no.
And I said, no, it doesn't,
Now,
actually.
let me ask you this. They were there last year, huh?
Not Bass Nectar, but, but the EDM
in general.
Yeah, the other, I don't remember who we saw. But, you know, I pointed out to him 2 things. One, it's just young people trying to get laid.
Well.
And it's young people whose parents hate it.
Okay, well, you
which
got
is
2 out of 2 for me.
Rock and
I'm
roll
there.
From the time it was invented. No, it's not something that I could listen to. Like I told you last week, it's not driving in the car kind of. I can't do it for long, but I do like that. And the other thing, Bass Nectar, we'll get to that later because that's a really weird night. I don't know if he's doing that type of stuff either. It's not like I'm really caught up on all of his new stuff.
Yeah, I need to know more about Dave Bass Nectar. I'd love to learn more about him.
Yeah. It's anyway.
All right, this is Barry's week.
I wanted it to be different.
Good. I hope we're going to travel through Barry's schedule and see exactly the artists he cannot miss for Bonnaroo 2018. We did mine last week. We got your feedback, and we want more of your feedback. For those who want to give us their picks, we're going to do nothing but listener picks next week on the podcast as we get ready for the last podcast before Bonnaroo.
Yeah, and let me tell you how I went through this.
Okay.
It's interesting that you went first. It colors a little bit my list because a lot of what you want to see, I want to see.
Okay.
Very much so. I don't think really there were but 1 or 2 that I could think of from last week that I'm just like,
Really? I wonder who it was.
There's a couple that to me sound fairly similar. I think I said that last week. Khalid and Sir Sly and even Anderson.
You're going to be probably bored with Sir Sly if I know you. I don't know if that's going to be necessarily into you.
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's opposite one of the ones I'm going to wander over to the EDM or something.
But you want to travel through the schedule like I did? Is that what you want to do?
I want to go through the day.
Okay.
Because here's the other thing that changes mine. And I tried to look at it like you did when I sat down at first. I thought, all right, these are the ones that can't miss. And then I thought, that's just not reality, because the ones that I usually that fall in my can't miss list are the time of day when I have to file a story or take a picture or some of that. And then there's some others like the Revivalists and Moon Taxi that we, were fortunate enough to have guests on the show. Those guys also come through Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So it's to my benefit to go take pictures.
Sure. Oh, I get it.
You know. So my day is a little bit, and plus,
so you see a lot of stuff that you probably didn't really want to see because of work.
Absolutely,
yeah,
because of work, absolutely. And I miss a lot of stuff that I want to see because of work. Mm-hmm. The other thing is, I've never really. I kind of try to think about Thursday and Friday, and then I'll look at the ones that are like can't misses for me, and then it all gets screwed up. So I've never really sat down and plotted out a whole day. A whole day or
yeah, you know
weekend.
what? Now you say that, I don't think I ever have. I think that I've done that before, and it never works out.
Never does.
Never once works out.
And so I'm not like trying to stick to that. But because of what we've been doing, when I sat down and looked at Friday, I think it's Friday. Oh, man.
Friday's your day, really? See, Saturday was mine. Saturday was completely slammed, but Friday's yours.
Well, that one's pretty rough, too. But Friday's the one that ends with the Super Jam, right?
Friday is the Super Jam, the Tom Petty Super Jam,
At 1:30 in the morning.
1:15 to 2:25,
That's not Barry time.
In fact, last year, we walked up to you at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you had been in the same place that we left you in, under a blanket under the tent.
Yeah.
Dad was waiting for the kids to get home.
That's right. Now I can go to sleep. I can't promise that won't happen again, but that whole, Friday, once it gets started, it's till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start with Thursday then.
All right, so Thursday is another, like you said, a great day. That Ron Gallo thing, that's a for sure don't miss. But I also did a little listening to Blank Range, which starts early. Mm-hmm. And depending on how we're going on Thursday, I may swing by there and then go see Ron Gallo for sure. And then... So
you're starting with Blank Range. Blank Range, and do you know anything about Blank Range?
I just like the sound. It's a little bit rock and roll. Yeah, I know. They were on one of our listeners' lists, which is why I gave them a listen.
I think it was Drew who wrote about Blank Range, and I was going to write back to him, man. I totally let Blank Range slip right by me.
86 my mind. I can lick my wounds clean. Keep my mouth closed. Make promises I can't keep. Then let my eyes roll inside to the back of my head. Beats upon the glass. Diamonds in the moonshine.
Nashville's own Blank Range.
Yeah, I like that.
So I noticed that there was announced today, and when the day of we're doing this podcast, but you probably know this by now by the time you're listening to it, but Bonnaroo is going to do an entire plaza dedicated to Nashville.
Yeah, I did see that.
That was crazy. And so I've always contended that the true home for Bonnaroo is Chattanooga.
Yes.
Not Nashville.
Yes.
They're trying to fight me on this one.
They're trying, yeah. I think Nashville's reaching out. They've started the shuttles.
They got all kinds of musicians in there. They're doing specialty Nashville food. They're creating what used to be the grind, and they're making it nothing but a dedication to Nashville.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's related to it, but AC Entertainment opened a Nashville office just probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Well. How about that? And that takes you right to your next artist, another Nashville guy we featured last week, Ron Gallo.
I love Ron Gallo.
Beside me, remind me that I'm dead. The guest room, 2 spools of thread
Like I said last week about Ron Gallo, I love his songwriting. I love his lyrics. They're so witty and fun. And I know most people think that the natural male companion to a Courtney Barnett singer-songwriter is a Kurt Vile. I think it might be Ron Gallo instead. He's so Courtney Barnett for me.
Yeah, the titles are funny, the lyrics are funny, the delivery is great. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun in a bar. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun Thursday at Bonnaroo he's on the Who, right?
Thursday, that tent, according to this, that tent, 5 o'clock, Ron Gallo. All right.
Okay, and then for me, it's work. Then I got to seriously think about work. Looking at the list, I'll probably do a walk by with Lizzie.
You like Lizzie?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I found Lizzie because a friend of mine is in love with Twin Peaks. The guy who actually a lot of Reddit people probably know, and the guy that did the website and everything for us, Lord Taco, he is a huge Lizzie fan. He is going to Bonnaroo just for Lizzie because he saw her on Twin Peaks.
I understand.
The entire festival built around Thursday at Twin Peaks for Lord Taco.
And then if I were a silent disco type, I would probably have to go by because they're doing old school rap. I know that's not your thing, but that's how
it is. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
I wonder what kind of old school it's going to be.
I don't know.
Like Eazy-E and DJ Easy Rock?
What I'm hoping, even going back further.
I like that idea. I've never actually, in all the years that I've done Bonnaroo, I've never done the silent disco.
I don't think I have either.
Never once.
I've watched because my son... his first day, you got to go do just watch. That's the craziest thing.
It is fun. It was one of those like mind melts when it first started.
Yeah,
it was so cool to see. Like I had never even never heard of it. Yeah. I mean, what a brilliant idea it is. The only problem I always had, because you know me, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. I'm not putting anybody's ear thing on my ear. I'm not. It's not happening.
You bring your own.
Do you bring your own?
No, but you probably would.
I absolutely would. Yes.
I'm going to need some Sandy wipes before I go in. Bring your baby wipes.
Does anybody have any moisturizer or?
That guy before me was a little sketchy.
Will these headphones mess up my hair?
Yeah, that's see? Y'all think this isn't real talk, but this is real talk.
I've always heard of but the silent disco is crazy to me also because it's so easily replicated. Other places can do it just like that. But then when they try to do it, it's always done so poorly.
Yeah.
It's done so bad.
They miss something.
They always miss something. It's always miscalculated. Yet Bonnaroo has figured out how to do this really well.
Your understanding, right? It's everybody gets their headphones and people are hearing different things, right?
No, they hear the same thing.
They hear
all
the
at
same
once.
thing.
Yeah.
I thought there were like 4 or 5 because you'd have one group screaming, jumping up and down, and another kind of mellowing.
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think they all have shared experience. They all have the shared experience thing going on.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Why don't you do it?
If I'm going to do it, it's going to be old school rap.
Good. And on Thursday, too, and it's probably a little more chill.
Thursday. And Floor, another one that you had mentioned. I like them quite a bit.
I do. I like Floor. A lot of times I get wrapped up into saying that I really like a band after hearing one song.
Me too.
But
kind of what we've done for 12 weeks.
I really only know 1 or 2 songs of theirs, but I sort of like it.
You come to the light when all the people on the street start to ride, and the sun starts to open up our eyes. We can't make this moment stay with us for a while. You can count on it. That's me. I can count on you to show me the way. We can keep it light. We're going somewhere. I won't try to fight it. Don't feel like it. In your skin, in your hair, I'm tangled up in my head, my mind. I can't get out when you twist and you turn. Teach me to ride. I grab hold on. I grab hold on.
I would call that dream pop. A little dreamy pop. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. And I would say that falls into my walk by.
A walk by, yeah. That's going to be one of those moments where I've got some time. I'm probably hanging out at camp. I'll have all the best intentions to see Floor, but I'm going to say you know what? Maybe I'm just going to go sit down and have a beer for a while.
The thing that might get me out though to do the walk by with Floor is this is my whatever we want to call it, surprise pick, whatever. But Closey.
I do not know a Closey.
Didn't think you would because it's on the EDM.
Okay, there you go.
EDM. And I tried to pick as my pick'ems things that you wouldn't pick.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure I did that.
I have never heard of a closee.
I hadn't either, but I like it. It's a little different from what I heard. Now, like I said, I haven't immersed myself in it. So
What do you know about closee?
She does
That's unique, a female EDM artist.
Yeah.
I don't see many of those.
And she actually plays an instrument. A couple of the things I saw, she's playing guitar to some of the same EDM type of beats that we're more used to.
Interesting.
It's more chill. What I heard is a lot more chill than, say, Bass Nectar. As if, right?
Yeah, no kidding. That was not what I was expecting.
No,
not at all what I was expecting. Very earthy.
That's my point.
That's going to be on the EDM stage. That's going to be on the other?
It's on the other.
Wow.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Does it pick up any more than that?
Somewhat. Some of them do, yeah.
Really? I want to hear another one. Now let's hear another closing. I feel like, Barry, you're luring me into a yoga studio.
See, well,
This is interesting. That's very fascinating to be on the other.
again, I looked at it a little bit as a pacing type of thing.
Sure. See, this is one of those moments where I look at AC Entertainment and somebody, whoever is in the room booking the artist, where did they find a French electronic artist that nobody's probably ever heard of? Where the hell did they find her?
I don't know. And that's like we've tried to say all this whole time is it's about discovery. So I want to get out and find something new. And I liked that when I heard it.
All right. Then I'm guessing after that, whatever you're doing, you're probably going to get to Duran Jones.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We've really hit the gas on how much we like him, huh?
A lot, quite a bit. And
That's because he fits everything that we like.
yeah, I'm hoping it's what we hope.
Yeah, I hope it's one of those shows that I'm not building up too much.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not getting too excited. I feel the same way about Davey. I feel like I'm right on the precipice of pushing this a little bit too hard.
Absolutely. I think I heard a third or fourth song today, and I thought, oh, okay, I've heard that a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll see.
You're already backing
We'll
off.
see. But again, it was a dive into a lot of music all at once.
All right.
Kind of thing. So, and then like I said, Friday, Pigeons. If I make it to Pigeons, we'll see, because I keep thinking about Friday.
Right, because your day is so big on Friday, you feel like you're gonna cut a set or two short.
Maybe. I mean, I just know me, and I know it's a long day. There's not a lot of nappy opportunities.
You didn't want to get one of them Cray nappies? Trying to get one of those Cray nappies?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. There's gonna have to be.
Pigeons playing ping pong. One of the Bonnaroo Rouploos very early on, and now probably your Thursday headliner. 1 o'clock in the morning until 2:30, and that's pretty much going to be your entire Thursday, right? There
That's
you go.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like those picks. It's pretty good.
Like I said, with some walk-bys.
Honestly, Thursday is a fine day for a walk by because you really want to just walk around and see the grounds anyway.
Exactly.
And you hope to do it not in 105 degree heat.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see. I cannot tell you the feeling that I have just driving around Chattanooga and saying to myself, I can't wait to smell the farm. I can't wait. I like just the smell of it. I'm feeling it's getting so close now. I'm like, oh man, the air just seems different. the grass I can't wait to lay down in.
Yep.
The familiar sights of tent after tent. Bonnaroo, I can't wait to feel that again.
It's time to start unpacking stuff, making sure your mattresses are there and your tent poles are there. And
Hopefully
all that
you're not
stuff.
sleeping with rats.
You're not, yeah. Definitely want to open it before you get up there and find you've carried an animal
All
up
right.
with you.
How early you start on Friday?
I think Japanese breakfast is probably my first one.
Really? Japanese breakfast at 2:15. So I've got you convinced on Japanese breakfast,
Oh,
huh?
yeah. Like that quite a bit.
Yeah, she's so pretty. She's so sweet, man.
Yeah, I like that. And then honestly, I basically built in some walk around, take some pictures. Friday.
Man, can I stop you for a second? Maybe I'm just making something out of nothing, but does Friday's lineup seem a little light?
Yeah,
it looks
it's
like you could
spread out, isn't
squeeze a couple of more artists in that Friday, don't you think?
I don't disagree. Even there late, I noticed that.
Right. There's Bass Nectar is essentially playing unopposed.
Yeah.
Unopposed on the Witch. There's nothing going
I
on
know. And
that
then
entire night.
So it's Bass Nectar or nothing until.
Well, you got Snake Hips on the other, and that's about it on the EDM stage. But Bass Nectar versus Snake Hips. I mean, poor Snake Hips. Poor Snake Hips.
So yeah, I don't know if it's because Bass Nectar needs all that room. He's gonna shake everybody out like that old electric football game.
Man, that's going to be a big crowd, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to be a massive crowd.
Yeah, because it's the first real night of supposedly everybody being there. It's the first big blowout night usually. Though, if you and I, we've noticed because everybody gets there earlier and earlier, Thursday night has become such a big
Gotten so
blowout.
big.
Well, you think maybe it's because they've got stuff programmed out in GA?
Well,
They think
the
people are going to go back and regroup.
Maybe. The more I was reading through what each plaza is doing, it is slammed out there.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we've made no bones about it. I have not been out to GA camping in 15 years.
There was no reason to.
Other
than to go out and see, Mad Max Thunderdome again or see how bad it is.
It is not a desolate wasteland out there anymore. It is really, really well done, and I'm startled, absolutely startled, with all of the options that are out there. I was reading this morning, and I was walking through some of the experiences that they have out there. There's no possible way I can see all that in a day.
No.
I don't know how anybody could walk from pod to pod and see all that.
Again, maybe that's the reason. Maybe they, let's make everybody feel comfortable and happy. And
I haven't thought about this. Maybe because, those that scream about the artists and scream about the lineup, maybe the lineup is lighter because they put all the money and put a lot more money inside the camping experience.
Oh, I think I don't know about money percentages, but I know there's a lot. The last, 4 or 5 years, the emphasis was on VIP.
Right.
And it definitely started doing out in GA last year and this year for sure.
That camping experience list that I saw, I would take any day.
Yeah,
any day. It doesn't look bad at all.
I mean, we've been bragging about our camp experience, and that is part of the fun. I don't know too many people that were hardcore GA that bragged about their experience unless they just, the kid that went with them did something stupid and was funny, but as far as amenities, not a lot of that.
I'll go through some of those here in a little bit, but let's go through some more of your Friday. After you go Japanese breakfast, you got some work time. You're not going to do anything with Sheryl Crow, huh?
No, here's where I got to figure out.
Okay.
I really want to see Low Cut Connie.
I convinced you on the Low Cut Connie, huh?
Yeah, I like that
Okay.
quite a bit, but I want to shoot Sheryl Crow.
Well, that's
Take
inappropriate.
I want to take pictures of Sheryl Crow.
Okay.
So I'm at, because that's Low Cut's 345 and Cheryl's 415.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be
tough.
That's going to be tough because I'll have to be in line or in the media area, I'm sure, 15 minutes before.
You don't want to.
We'll see how that one goes.
You don't want to just give a tip of the hat respect to Trombone Shorty. Trombone Shorty making his return for the 5th time in Bonnaroo history.
No, that's on my list. So right after, if I'm able to take pictures of Sheryl Crow, I'm hoping to catch the rest of Trombone. It should be at the end of, right?
Yeah.
So the three songs of Sheryl.
Okay.
And or Low Cut, and then I'll go see Trombone Shorty.
Are you going to do anything with Manchester Orchestra? Are you a fan of Manchester Orchestra?
Not as much as you.
Really? I love the new stuff from them.
Yeah. I don't know as much, but those three are all together, are they not?
Yep.
So that one's
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough.
That one was really tough. And then I think I factored in some. There's some time in between because my next one is C'est Zombie, and then like I said, I want to shoot photograph again, the Revivalists, and T-Pain's right in there as well.
Yeah. So I'm convinced on Zayshawn B too.
I like that one.
Yeah, he's an interesting story. I tried to say this last week. Zayshawn B. So he's from Chicago. He's got Indian and Muslim immigrant parents. He's got the soul music of Chicago meets sort of like the Middle Eastern sounds that he sort of meshes together. And I guess apparently, according to things that I know about him, because of his parents and what they listened to in the Middle Eastern music that they always listened to, that's what drove him to be a musician. And then because he, also likes soul music, try to just put the two together and see what happens.
Yeah.
He loved black artistic expressionism, essentially.
I've heard several artists in the last couple of weeks on various shows talk about moving a lot, traveling a lot, being exposed to a lot. It's fun to see it all come together.
I see somebody marching down the street, yeah. I see somebody marching, they're marching down the street, oh yeah. This time we stop and pray.
If I'm not mistaken, even on his album, he's got a song that he sings entirely in Punjabi. I'm serious. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, he's got a whole song like that.
I love it.
I do too. It's very, very interesting. All right, that's Zayshawn B.
Very Chicago.
Then where are you going?
Very Chicago blues stuff.
Absolutely.
And then, like I said, I'll get over and take pictures of the revivalists. I think you're right. I think that T-Pain show is going to be huge.
I don't think it's going to fit in that tent.
No, I think it's not going to be huge.
It's not going to be big enough.
Maybe a walk by type of thing again, and then it's Sturgill for sure. And that's another one I'm going to have to decide. Do I try to get in the pit and take pictures, or do I go get my spot and watch the entire show? If I had to, I don't know. I'm torn between it.
Well, okay, let me put it this way. It's the opener to the headliner. Okay, so it's the opener to Muse. You anticipate it being a bigger crowd than you would think. I don't know if it will be.
Yeah.
I love Sturgill. I really do, but I don't know how big that crowd's going to be. It's really crazy that of all the podcasts we've done, the one that's been most listened to is Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Maybe I'm missing it. I think that Sturgill is just something for me, but maybe it's going to be a bigger crowd than I anticipate. I don't think so though.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you might be, what I'm saying though, you might be able to take pictures
both.
and then get back in the crowd.
Maybe. I hope so. Like I said, that'll be kind of a game day call. And then, man, it's is it back to camp for the nappy till Bass Nectar wakes me up, and then Super Jam. I really want to see that. And Bass Nectar, to be honest with you, is not a full show for me.
I don't know. How can you do an hour and 15 of that?
There's no way it's a full show, even for me.
Okay.
And like I said, you don't have to be very close.
And I'm surprised you're really not going to give any time to Khalid.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But
all right.
We'll see. And
because
then,
that's the only opening to taking a break before Muse, Bass Nectar, Tom Petty.
That's why I think it's probably back at the camp thing. But my surprise Brad pick for the day is Okie Dokie.
Okie Dokie. Interesting. Tell me about Okie Dokie.
It's just kind of if I'm right, it's a duo, and I like the pop.
Wow, I didn't. You're surprising me entirely with Bass Nectar and pop music.
Man, I'm all over the place.
No,
I hate when people say that, because usually when people say I like all kinds of music, it means they like country and western.
Right. Yeah, they love Ariana Grande. Right.
What's that place that's better
Quarters. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Another Nashville find. Another band from Nashville. I was just looking them up. 2 years ago, almost to the day, you could have seen them at Acme Feed and Seed. And now they're playing Bonnaroo.
See, I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love finding, the guy at Feed and Seed, and
now they're all of a sudden playing the Who stage at Bonnaroo at 9:45 on a
maybe
Friday.
in a couple years they'll be on one of the tents.
Yeah, maybe. All right, that's a good pick. All right, we go to, and then we know the rest of your night, so let's go to Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday are a lot thinner for me. Saturday starts with Davey, absolutely.
All right. I mean, do we have to? Should we keep talking about
We don't
Davey?
have to.
Or are we going
Just be there,
Should we
folks.
overstate it? I mean, no, we're going to definitely be at Davey.
Yep.
So we're going to be there at 12:30. If you are a podcast listener and would like to join us at Davey, that's where I think that we could probably meet everybody. If you want to stop by, say hi, that's where we're going to be. And it's probably the only place that will be easily found through the whole festival. I mean, 12:30 on a Saturday. That's a pretty easy spot to find somebody. So
I think that's a good one.
So yeah, bring them if you want to stop by, say hi. That's where we're going to be. We'd love to meet you.
Yep, that'd be great.
Because I have a feeling after 3 songs, we're all going to be like, okay, we probably overstated, Davey.
There's beer there's beer at camp. Free beer at camp.
Try to make it as early as possible because it may not make it till 1 o'clock.
And then Knox Fortune. The next one at 3.
Oh wow! So you got into the Knox Fortune. Did you spend any time with him after I brought him up last week?
A little bit, yeah. I like it. I like the story. I love the name. He sounds like a dime store book hero, detective hero. The Adventures of Knox Fortune.
I'm shocked that you care at all about somebody's name because...
Oh, absolutely.
Really? I had such a hard time for a while getting into Rainbow Kitten Surprise because the name just took me out of it completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But holy Jesus, once I started listening to him, I'm like, this is phenomenal. This is the same deal. Knox Fortune, if you start holding it against him, what his name is...
Pigeons playing ping pong. Anderson Pike sounds like an accounting firm.
Okay, well, that's his name.
It's a name. I know.
I don't know if Knox Fortune's his actual name.
I don't either, but I like it. So that's sort of a pacing thing, if you look, Davey's at 12:30 and then he's at 3, and then the only really one that I drew a big fat circle around from the day the thing came out is Mavis.
How long has it been for you since you saw Mavis last?
I'm not sure that I ever have.
Really? You've never seen Mavis?
I don't think so.
No, wait a second. I know we all went to see Mavis like 4 years ago.
If we did, it didn't. And I have to be honest, this is a total confession for me. I have done this job for 31 years.
Uh-huh.
I knew who the Staples were. I knew the song. We all know the song. But when her album came out in 2016, and I don't remember, I don't have the name of it in front of me. It came to the paper, and I played it, and I fell absolutely in love with it, and I've become obsessed with Mavis Staples ever since.
Wow.
Going back.
Sometimes life can get you in a hurry, but I'm just gonna take it slow now. That don't mean I ain't been working, y'all. I'm working on me, baby. I'm working on me, darling. I'm taking some time to see the people who keep me going. Sometimes folk can lead you down a bad line now. I'm not saying that I'm not judging now. I'm just gonna tell you what I tell them now. I got friends and I got family. I got help from all the people who love me. I got friends and I got family. I got help from all the people who love me.
Pretty awesome that Jeff Tweedy found himself on the new album. Jeff Tweedy and Mavis Staples. That's the world's power couple. If you don't know
something about that whole record, I connected with big time, and then, like I said, immersed myself and go play the one everybody knows.
I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody worried. No. Ain't no smiling faces. No. Lying to the races.
Yeah, I love her a lot. I just feel, for some reason, I feel like we have seen that together. But maybe it was somebody else that I was with. I thought I just forced you guys to go to that.
It just defines a generation to me. She's like a female Ray Charles. She's one of those voices when you needed somebody to be awesome. She was awesome. They joined the band for The Wait, which is such an iconic song as well because of her voice. And I don't know, just the more I learn, the more I dig. Pop Staples, her dad might have been one of the coolest human beings ever.
Who's her dad?
Pops Staples.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What made him so cool?
He just was cool. He was the guy that kept the Staples sisters together. He picked the songs, wrote some of the songs. He was a religious man. He just knew a good tune when he heard it.
Yeah, and there's some of these sets I think that if you're a music fan, you owe it to the art form to see. And I don't mean to be so over the top about it, but when Solomon Burke came and nobody was there, Solomon Burke is the king of soul music in Philadelphia. I mean, he invented soul music in Philadelphia, and nobody was there. The man could not even stand on stage. He had to sit on his throne and be, patted down with a towel.
Wow.
And then he turns around and dies a year later. I mean, those are the kind of guys that you're not going to have much longer. Imagine if you're listening to this podcast right now and you didn't see Sharon Jones. She had just got diagnosed with cancer.
Well,
and you didn't see it. And that's how quickly it can turn if you don't see these guys.
Mavis is definitely what you're talking about. I felt that way. I saw them, but I told you earlier in a podcast, I wish I had paid more attention to the Beastie Boys show.
Oh man, that Beastie Boys. That's a great poll.
I wish I had immersed myself in that one because I'm a huge fan now, and I don't know. I wouldn't, I wasn't a non-fan then. I mean, I wasn't against them. Didn't not like them.
Right.
They just weren't.
It just never connected for you.
Didn't connect, and now all of a sudden, I wish I could go back and see that one.
Yeah, that was one of the highlights of my life, and I think that's talk about a moment you knew you're never seeing it again.
Yeah.
You knew it was never coming back. And I sleep on that one being one of my top 5 Bonnaroo shows all the time. I totally forget about it sometimes. But holy God, if that wasn't as big of a highlight of my life as I have Bonnaroo.
It's one of those that I liked it when I was watching it, but had I known the songs as well now as I do, I would have loved it. Things about them I just didn't know. I knew No Sleep Till Brooklyn that's basically what I kind of knew. So, and Mavis, and the reason that I wanted to play the song from just 2 years ago is not only is she an amazing legacy act, as we've grown to call them, she's still producing great music.
Yeah, the new album's really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's tremendous, and I'm so excited. She was supposed to be there last year, and I think went to Europe.
Was she? I guess I totally forgot about that.
She was scheduled and backed out. So, and then right after that is another one with Nile Rodgers and Chic. That's another one on my list. And as we mentioned, and I think you included in our description the link to the folks that are trying to do the dance. Everybody should remember from last week, but they're trying to organize a dance to La Freak, have kind of a flash mob type of thing.
Now, I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to choose this because I feel like you've written about them a lot. Whenever they come to town, you're all about it. Can I tell you something? You want to hear confession time? I have no idea who they are. I have no idea who Nile Rodgers and Chic is.
Play La Freak. You'll know. Nile Rodgers produced a couple of David Bowie records. I think he did a Talking Heads record.
Oh, and he did Get Lucky. That's right. He produced that. Okay.
You know who Nile Rodgers is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess, and
you're not alone. I've had other people say that, and then as soon as I say La Freak,
then they know. Oh, okay. All right, I got it.
You went to a skating rink, right?
Yeah, I got it. Well, I mean, this must have been, what year was this?
I don't know. Since skating rinks were
All right, well, yeah, everybody will know that song. Every single person. And when is that again? On Saturday?
Early evening, 6-ish, 6:30. I think they're
on the main
up.
stage. That's right.
And then
you an Old Crow fan?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Well, Old Crow being one of those bands that when we talked to Mike from from the Bonnaroo Beacon. Old Crow was one of his absolute must-sees.
Yep, very first. And then it's Anderson .Paak.
You're gonna go with me for both Bon Iver shows, huh?
That's the plan.
Okay.
And that's why the early part of the day is a little, on the light side for me. First Aid Kit is in there too, and that's actually
your pick of the day?
Yeah.
Another one that I sort of forgot about, First Aid Kit, I really, really like, but I feel like isn't there a problem with First Aid Kit?
Absolutely. It's in between all of they're at 8:45.
Oh, man, yeah. Right up against Anderson .Paak.
Not going to work for you.
I can't do it. Now, I like First Aid Kit. I saw them at Austin City Limits Fest, and they were debuting new music at the time. These two girls are so adorable, and their sound is so nice. I'll tell you, though, at 8:45, that ain't the sound that I want.
No.
It's just not necessarily the sound that I'm looking for at 8:45 when I've got Anderson .Paak sitting right across from me.
No, I hear you.
I saw fireworks from your house last night as the lights flickered and they failed. I had it all figured out. Why do I do this to myself?
Who would have thought that it would take two Swedish girls to bring back the steel guitar? They have such a great sound. I just don't think that the schedulers did them any favors.
No, I agree, but I had to include it.
To me, I wish you would have taken that and put that somewhere at like 3:45 or 4:45. That's a perfect hot afternoon artist for me.
Yeah.
They didn't get any favors, but I love them so much. Don't sleep on them. Enjoy it if you want to get away from Anderson .Paak.
Because I really don't have a lot on Sunday.
All right, that's your Saturday pick. All right, Sunday. Let's go through your Sunday.
It's going to be quick. I want to go by and see Bozzy again because it was so nice to join us on the show, and I want to see what he does. You remember he was so confident.
Oh my God. Oh God, that kid. That's not something he lacks in any form or fashion.
No, and it's his first festival ever and his first time in Tennessee. So we're going to see how the young man handles the heat in Tennessee.
What's your over-under on covers?
I think he only has like 45 minutes. But
what's your over-under on covers?
It's either going to be a lot of covers or a lot of talking.
I mean, let's be honest. His hit song is 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, right. And
he can't play that for 40 minutes.
And it just stops.
How many times are you going to hear that song? I don't know anything else about him, and I don't know if anybody else does either. I just don't know what that show is going to be, but he's a good kid, and he's feeling good about it, that's for sure.
And then, to be honest, the others are probably a lot of walk-bys for me, or recovering in our camp.
Yeah. I got news on who Rich Brian is.
Oh, do tell.
So our buddy Nicky Turner, Nicky T, who did the What logo and graphics, he told me that Rich Brian is a massive hip-hop rapper, but he's Asian. And so it's like a really, again, talk about the multiculturalism of this year's festival. They've got a lot. Japanese Breakfast, Rich Brian, and Zayshawn B. They're hitting all the angles, but it's not for me. I listened to some of it, and but he's massive apparently. So something went right by us, and I didn't even know it.
So that's probably one I'll go take pictures of.
Rich Brian,
just to say I have pictures
of a guy named Rich Brian.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's that big,
I guess. Go ahead.
Again, do I want to sit in my chair or go out and do something, see something? So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you seem like somebody that would do a Brothers Osborne, though.
They were coming up, yeah. Okay. I want to go by there because I really was hoping that the Grand Ole Opry stage wasn't quite as late. I was hoping that was going to be early afternoon. Again, Brothers Osborne is a definite walk by for me, and I have a feeling I'm going to like it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like it a lot. I mean, they've got a song called "Weed, Whiskey, and Willie."
So I'll stick around.
I've got bottles and bottles stacked to the ceiling. I'll get stoned for survival. It helps with the healing. And when it all goes to hell, the only thing I believe in is weed, whiskey, and Willie.
That's me.
Well, that pretty much sums up most Bonnaroo experiences.
That's me. I like that.
Yeah, there you go, Brothers Osborne. Sunday on the What 4:15.
So then, you've got Jungle, Go-Go Penguin.
You into the Jungle? You like Jungle?
I like that.
I do
like
too.
What I've learned of them, yeah.
Yeah, they. It's a really, really fun show. And boy, that new single is so good.
I'm a trouble man, changed by the things I do. True, but it's funny how they all remember you. It all could be different. Time to do something new. Giving everything. Oh, to be a happy man. Gotta understand. Blamed by the friends I lose. Who's getting out of hand? Do you think they depend on you? It all could be different. Try to do something new. Giving everything. Oh, to be a happy man.
Yeah, it's just such a great sound. It's right up my alley, and it stinks that it's right up against Broken Social Scene because I really like that Broken Social Scene album. But Jungle 5:15 on Sunday of the Witch.
Well, just let me throw this at you.
Okay.
This one's my pick for Sunday.
Oh, your Sunday
Another
pick.
surprise is Repeat, and unfortunately, it's the same time. at 5:15.
Repeat. Tell
Yep.
me about Repeat. I feel like I know them,
It's
but
a guy and a girl. He's not a pretty guy.
I don't know why that matters.
It doesn't, but it kind of had a little bit of that Athens new wave sound that I grew up on, though it's updated. I don't know. I just liked it.
You think you read me like a book, but you should take a second look now. You are so beautiful to me, just like a tapestry. Wanna hang you on my wall. You always wear that yellow dress. I say no, but you say yes now. You got that stubborn kind of charm. I want you on my arm to take you on the town. So please, won't you be my girlfriend?
Another Nashville find.
Yeah.
You are on target today for Nashville.
Didn't mean to.
How many Nashville artists is that by now?
It's probably 4 for 4.
All right, there you
I think
go.
it
There's
is, actually.
your Sunday pick, and I'm guessing you're absolutely doing a St. Paul.
St. Paul, and then we'll see. Yeah.
And then we'll see.
And then we'll see.
Because usually Barry's gone by Sunday
Well,
morning.
I've already been gone by this point.
This will be the latest you've ever stayed at Bonnaroo.
Sure. No question. Yeah, usually, Chattanooga is only an hour away for folks who don't know. So, and we get there earlier. We get there Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, we get there Wednesday morning.
And most of my work is done by then. Talk about missing a show. I left early Tom Petty's last year.
Ooh.
Had opportunity to get in the pit and watch that one.
Decided home was better, huh?
Well, I was all up. I stayed till probably 2:30 and then made the mistake of sitting in a chair.
Oh, that evil chair strikes again.
I better get home now or I won't.
Yeah. It would have been okay if you stayed Sunday night. Now, what did you end up doing when you got home instead of Tom Petty?
Well, honestly, I have a ritual. I get home, I clean everything off, I open a beer, and then I go and I get in the pool.
Okay.
With my wife.
Okay.
It's a nice way to unwind because the idea of going back to work after that long week
is the worst feeling in the world.
And so I need that sort of buffer.
There you go.
That's what it's about.
Barry's picks. Congratulations. You got through it. You're pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's interesting because the whole point of why we talked about doing this podcast is what we just did.
Yeah.
This last two.
Yeah.
Because neither of us opened that list and said, holy crap, how am I going to see 400 of my favorite or 100? It was more, who are these people?
And now we need your list at the What Podcast, at the What_podcast or the whatpodcast.com. Submit your picks and we'll read through some of them next week. We are just, 2.5 weeks away from Bonnaroo.
We're not just going to read them, right? We're going to try to call some folks.
We're going to talk to some people. Yeah, we got
have you
some
guys
guest
tell
lines up.
us. We'd love to hear who you like and why.
Yeah, let's do it. TheWhatPodcast.com. Talk to you next week.
Journey through the stories that define the artists playing Bonnaroo. Who are they? What are they? What will you see? The what? Which bands this year that matter? With Brad Steiner and Barry